pop on the recording. And other people will pop on here. I did want to let Stephanie know I have 2 people that came up on the about to go inactive, and I contacted them both.
Perfect.
Tammy got signed up by my friend up in Palmdale, and I don't know if she'll ever buy again. She just bought her enrollment kit, but I sent her a message and let her know that I was going to be going up there probably in April. So that might encourage her to stay active because she'll be seeing me real live again. And then the other one, Janet, is the one that had a problem months ago. She was doing ER for a couple months, and then they sent her a duplicate ER, or she didn't think her ER order was going to come, and it did, and she got upset and had to pay to mail it back or whatever. So she hasn't really bought much of anything, but I did touch base with her just in case.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody else had more pop up.
Yeah, I'll grab the computer so I don't have to switch off. We have 9 right now.
We had 5 last, no, was it 5 last week?
Yeah, 5 or 6, and now there's 9.
How's your eye?
Yeah, it looks horrible, doesn't it?
I can't see it because it's dark right now.
Kiara told me today it was disgusting. Hold on, I'll show you.
How's Gianna feeling?
Gianna feels awful. She has 101 fever right now.
Oh no, do you think it's the flu again? Oh yeah, oh, it got really purple. Oh my. Have you tried Savvy on it? No, because then when you wipe it off, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
You know, it really looks like eyeshadow. You might want to just try and balance the other eye.
Kiara said, she's like, do yellow and purple. It'll look fine.
Yeah, make it look like you meant it to be that way.
It's swollen. My nose is.
Yeah. Okay, so are any more of those in our downline?
Let me look.
Well, no, they wouldn't be, because I would get everybody in our downline.
If they were, yeah, you would see them if they were yours. So
those 2, one was enrolled by me and one was enrolled by the person I enrolled, and I've contacted both. I don't really foresee them. Maybe Janet will stay on. I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes people just. I contacted one. So let's see. The new one that popped up. So Deborah, is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's not going inactive, is she?
No. No,
it's Tammy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're good, Brett.
Okay, let's see. That one. I think we talked about this one. Yeah, Laura's. And this one was a placement. This Janet Lackman.
Yeah, she's the one that with the ER, so hopefully she'll order something.
This one's under Melissa. This one, no idea who this person is. And,
Well, those are the only 2 new ones that I had. So I just wanted to let you know I covered them. And then you guys, I don't know how well you can see this, but I found this in the Bloom's page. And Bloom has a Facebook page. It's 2 ladies that started it, that started this whole concept of sending goodie bags every month. They have what they recommend for a welcome packet. I printed up the list, but you can follow on their Facebook page. They have, they recommend for month 1, month 2, month 3, and then tell you what supplies you should have on hand. I think that that's a variable, especially now with them switching out the PSK and people getting their thieves sampler with their kit. I'm thinking that we'll have to revamp what we send out in month 1, 2, or 3, but I liked this chart that they had in there, and I put the names of everybody I've mailed stuff to, put a check mark next to it if I send them, when I send them their enrollment package or deliver it or give it to my downline to deliver, and then month 1, month 2, and month 3, you know, so I thought this was cool to keep track of everything. Does anybody have feedback from prior calls, or do we want to just jump into stacking? Okay, so if you guys are in my downline, which all of you are, but if you don't have this booklet, let me know and I'll get it to you on the comp plan. This booklet goes along with the videos that Monique McLean did, which were tagged in our first or second Zoom call, but I can go ahead and put the link again here. It gives you a really good idea about what your downline is, and what your compensation is. And then I have this flyer. If you guys don't have it already, can you see it a little better now? Anyway, this one also, why is my Siri answering me? I didn't even touch my phone. Siri likes our comp plan. So this is another good flyer that explains our comp plan, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about is stacking. And I don't know if you guys have seen the post that Jessica Petty's doing in a group called RCD Bound, but she talked about splinters and roadblocks in your downline. All of you that are on this call now and my business leaders that are in this group that are going to be watching this have 5, maybe between 2 and 5 people below you. And it's a good place to learn this now so you don't end up with 30 people on your level 1 not knowing what to do with them. There's a place for them. There's a place for that additional income when you rank up, because everybody from silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crown diamond, royal crown diamond, they all have to have $1,000 outside their legs. So there's a place every month. So there's a place for the people, the stragglers that you have on your level 1 that are not doing the business, that you didn't have time to stack or didn't know where to stack. So they're not building your OGV in your legs that you're counting for rank. They're just hanging out there, and that's good. That's less money than you'll have to spend every month. Lindsay Moreno has said flat out she buys $1,000 in product every month. She only set up 6 legs, and she stacked 6 legs. She didn't add anybody else outside of those. She made every one of her enrollees count and put them underneath one of those 6 legs so that they would count to her OGV and help her rank up. She knew it. She knew from the beginning what the comp plan was and did it exactly right. And now that she's making gazillions of dollars every month, she just spends $1,000 on product. And that's her PGV. That's outside of her legs, and she needs to have 1,000, and that's what she spends. And I would say, I imagine a lot of our upline does that. A lot of the higher rankers, they just buy their PGV if it doesn't come in at the right amount. It has to be 1,000. Whether your rank's a silver or royal crown diamond, you have to have 1,000 outside your legs. The other thing Wendy Mercure put on her page, and I went ahead and filled it in with mine. I'm not a silver yet. I need 2 legs to make silver. I have 4 potential business legs right now. I only put 3 on here because it's a toss-up which 2 legs are going to get me there. These 3 legs are growing pretty much at a pretty steady rate. So what you do is, and I'm going to show you on the whiteboard. I took out my whiteboard behind me here so we could do this. But these pages are really good. And when I was looking at it and putting the names in, I'm looking at, for silver, you only need 2. I had to do the gold rank map because I wanted to get all 3 of my potential legs that are going to get to 4,000. 2 of these 3 legs need to get to 4,000 OGV for me to make silver. Michelle's leg that you guys are all in. You're all in Michelle's leg. You guys are at about 3,000 every month, pretty steadily. So 1,000 more in your leg. And then Becca's leg is at about 2,500, so I need 1,500 in Becca's leg. Jenny's getting there. Jenny's got a lot of potential, and that's what I want to talk to you about is your potential, because every one of you is doing this right. Kathy's just starting out. We'll talk with Kathy first. Kathy has 4 people in her downline, right, Kathy? 4 or 5?
My sister's the 5th one.
5th one. Okay. So when I was looking at who you would have as your business legs, we know Brandy's interested because she was talking about it at the class. You're going to bring Patty there because Patty's going to see how you do. And Jamie's in the same situation when Jamie pops on. Jamie's sister doesn't think she wants to do the business right now, but she's involved in another MLM, and it's a limited scope of the products that she has there. Once she learns about Young Living and sees Jamie making money, she's going to jump on to Jamie's leg, be one of Jamie's business people. I know it because I could see these things. It's that whole witchy gypsy thing. But what do you think about Patty? Do you think she would ever be interested?
You know, I don't know. She's kind of a slow go. It took me a while to get her on there. She's got a friend that she works with that's interested in it. And I think what they're going to do for right now is she will probably order from Patty but I told her about the PV, and I said, if you two get going in it, if she orders from you and you get PV, then you get free stuff. And that, I think that will get her going. So I don't want to push her.
No, not pushing. I'm just saying, if you could look ahead in 5 years, will she be doing this as a business with you?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps, because she's really gotten into it. So.
And that's what I wanted to explain, how I decided who I was going to stack. In the beginning, I knew nothing about this. And I had watched the videos, didn't really understand them, and didn't understand the ramifications of it at that time. I always thought this is something I can learn later. I could do this later. I don't need to learn it now. But here's the thing. My first business person I got was Michelle. And Michelle was actually the lady I signed up under for 31 bags. So I knew she did MLMs, right? And I'd had a bunch of people stacked under me because the people above me wanted to make silver. They wanted to get the dollars in those legs. They didn't know me. They didn't know my friends. So they put people under there that had signed up at different events or whatever. So I had all these people that I didn't know below me. And Michelle signed up with a couple of my other friends. Catherine is one of them, and Bobby. So when Michelle signed up and I started doing my own signups and understanding and watching the videos, what you want to do is get people with the same interests, try to keep them together, try to keep siblings together, friends together, people that are young parents together, because those interests and those commonalities are what's going to keep them close and keep them working together. So I envision Kathy and Patty, sisters that see each other regularly, that are not, hateful sisters that can't stand each other. They do stuff together. Those two are going to want to advance together. I envision Jamie and Katie wanting to do the same thing. So when you're looking at it, look at things on how you picture they will be in 5 years. Are these people still going to know each other? Are they going to get along? Will their kids be the same ages? Will they be going through the same things? Do the kids all play baseball? If you can find commonalities, you'll keep those people together and working with each other and off of each other. So that's one of the things I consider. When Michelle signed up, I knew that she knew Bobby very well, and I knew that Bobby knew Catherine from our baseball. So, she knew Bobby from concerts and stuff and from doing her hair, and Catherine knew Bobby. So when those girls signed up, I put them right under her because I thought, you know what? I want to look at this in the long run. I want us to all be sitting on a beach at Diamond Retreat together someday. So I put those people together thinking I could start Michelle's team that way, get Michelle rolling, and have a leg. Then I started learning from people, and people that have teenage kids, you guys. If you have children or young adult children, picture their life if they got started now, right? And they haven't gone through high school, they haven't gone to college yet, they don't even have their first job, but picture what their life will look like in 10 years if they're making $2,000 a month just off of Young Living. So if you have young adults in your life, you want to get them involved, because this can be a second income, even if they don't want to do the business full time, even if they just want to share with friends and they just want to use it on the family. The first thing you should do is get your family using it. The second thing you should do is get them signed up, because this can be a good thing, even for that extra, even if it's only like $500 a month. If they just grow organically and friends sign up every 2 or 3 months and they put those friends under 2 legs, they'll make executive. They don't have to structure it. They don't have to follow up. They don't have to do anything, but just watch people sign up and put them under those legs. It helps you because your OGV is growing. It helps you structure your team. Of course, you're going to want them to grow and be successful and make more than $500 a month. But what I did is I looked at my 2 girls, and I have all sons, but they both have longtime girlfriends. One's getting married, and you guys all know Becca. So I wanted Becca to do the business, but Becca didn't know she wanted to yet. Becca didn't know she wanted to yet. So we get Becca using the oils, and Katie too, both of them at the same time. So get using the oils, and then Becca has a baby, and you know what? She's using oils for everything. And she's doing the business now, and we've got her started. We've stacked some people under her. Adriana signed up. Adriana is my friend Angie's daughter, and you guys have met her at the classes. she signed up, and she's younger than Becca, but I put her under Becca because they're close in age. They're both young and getting started. They both have full-time jobs right now. Adriana's going to school. Becca's raising her baby. But when she signed up, I was like, where am I going to put her? I'm not going to keep her as a level 1. That doesn't make any sense for me anymore. I've got too many level 1s. So I'm going to put her somewhere. I'll put her under Becca so that the two of them can grow together. Adriana wants to do the business and is one of Becca's potential legs. So that worked out well for me. Now her other legs who Becca signed up are Allie and Robin, and she's got those two that are potential business legs. So Becca's potentially set up to be gold. To be gold with 3 legs. Kathy, you're already set up for silver if Brandy and Patty get going.
Okay.
And Michelle has got 3 legs now. Michelle's got you. She's got Catherine, who Nancy is under. Catherine's a full-time student and works full-time. So Catherine isn't actively doing the business, but Nancy's under her. So that leg is moving forward for Michelle, because under Nancy, we have Nanette, who now has 5 people. Nanette? 5 people. So Nanette's ready. What we need to do with Nanette, Kathy already has her Brandy, who has said she wants to do the business. Nanette, we need to find somebody for her to do the business. And I already have my eyes on Moira. I have a feeling about her.
She's the one that's shown the most interest in his
Yes. And she participates, and she went right on ER, and she uses them, and she's a nurse. So Moira's got a lot of potential to be one of Nanette's legs. And that means Nancy's business is building up. And Nancy did the same thing I did. When Nancy started doing the business, she looked at her family. So Nancy has her niece set up, right? It's your niece, right, Courtney?
Right.
Set up as one of her legs, even though Courtney doesn't know it yet. Courtney doesn't know she's going to do this business and she's going to do well in it. But Courtney has children, and Courtney has a sister who is very much into makeup and things. Mm-hmm. So Nancy already has Nanette, her daughter, and Courtney set up, and her daughter-in-law is above her. So what I did with Becca and Katie, now Katie's the other girl in my family. She's a student. She's a full-time student. She is working full-time. Right now she's in Thailand for 6 months, but I got her a kit. I got her a kit in her name, and she has an account started. And the reason I did that is when she is done with school and done getting her credentials and gets a teaching job, she can take that over and already have it started. I'm not stacking under her. I'm not getting people under there. I'm not doing her business. I just have a placeholder there for her. I do the $50 every month on her account, unless I want the promos, and then I do more. But I do that $50 under account to keep her place, because this is something that I can't imagine anybody not wanting their children to have at some point. Also, if you guys don't know this, you can, I guess it's called bequeathing your business. You can leave this as inheritance to whoever you want after. Once you hit silver, you can go have it through a lawyer. I don't know exactly how it's done, but you let Young Living know who's going to collect your money when you die. So the residual income that's going to keep on coming in till the end of time, because you created this business below you and they're doing the business and perpetuating it. All you have to do is say, hey, Sally, spend $100 a month and you'll collect this $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is that your income is. So because of that, I wanted to get those two. I wanted Becca to be my leg because she's actively doing the business, and I actually put Katie under her. So Katie is under Becca, but she's not doing the business. She has a placeholder there. So I have Michelle, and then I picked Becca. And then I knew 3 years ago when I first made my granddaughter bath salts for her eczema that my daughter was going to do this. Jenny was going to be doing the business. Jenny didn't know it because she was doing Beachbody, and she moved to a farm and she had a little baby, and there was no way she was going to do this kind of MLM and whatever other story she could say. And then she came to me a year and a half later and said, you know what, I think I am going to do the business. So I bought Jenny her kit as a gift, and she was already a member. She was already a distributor. And the moment she said that, I started stacking under Jenny. The reason I started stacking under my third leg is because I've met enough people in Young Living, and the problem with working to each rank and not thinking big picture, like where you want to be in 5 years, is that you build up these 2 legs and they get really strong and heavy and they take you to silver, but you need a whole other full leg after that. So you should all be working to have at least 3 business builders to get you to gold, at least. Ideally, what Lindsay Moreno did, and she had a huge following for all the stuff she was doing at the time, she set up her 6 and stacked under those and then made silver, the next month gold, the next month platinum. It was like a boom, boom, boom thing. I want to make silver, but I don't want to do it at the expense of letting one of my legs wither. So I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see it. Okay, so here's me, and then I have Michelle, Becca, and Jenny. Nice and neat. Okay, then under Michelle, so under Michelle we have Catherine. You guys see it? Is it showing? Okay. And Kathy, we'll just leave it at that. Becca will put Allie and Adriana. And Jenny has Jamie, who just joined us, but Jamie's got huge potential. She just signed up a person that is probably going to do the business with her. She has another woman who does MLMs that's going to sign up. I already know who Jenny's first 3 legs are. Her sister doesn't know it yet, but her sister's going to be one of her legs. And then Jenny signed up Amanda. Now, Jenny has a potential 3rd leg with Jasmine. Jasmine has Megan under her. Jasmine decided to take a little break for a while, but she was very, very interested in the business and has somebody under her who's interested in the business. Becca has another person that's interested in the business, and Michelle has Bobby, but we're just going to put 2 under each of these people. So here I am set up. I need 2 of these legs to make 4,000, and then I need 2,000 more outside of it because you need 10,000 to make silver. So once I get 4,000 on these legs, any 2 of them, the other leg will be at 2,000, I'll make silver. Now, if I get a sign up now, my thought process, I'll tell you the thought process on when we went to Global Winter Wonderland. Under Catherine, I have Nancy. Catherine doesn't have another strong leg, okay? I didn't want to build another strong leg for Catherine, nothing against her, but what you want to do is create your legs, and this is my theory on it. And if I'm wrong, Stephanie can speak up, and you guys can do it how you want, but this is my thought process. All of my legs, I'm building on one side. The reason is, any one of these people can decide they want out, and then everybody under them compresses up, right? So if Michelle, if I had built under Catherine and put somebody else here, or let's just go to the Michelle rank. If I had put Nancy or whoever, anybody that signs up under Michelle, what would happen when Michelle went away is that everybody I've put under her as a level 1 would compress up to me. I don't want that many legs. I don't want that many level 1s, right? So once I set up Michelle, I built her Catherine leg. I didn't know Kathy. Kathy's Michelle's friend that Michelle signed up. So this is the leg Michelle has started. The leg that's going to have Kathy and Brandy and Patty. That's something Michelle did. When I set up Michelle, I put Catherine under her. Catherine put Nancy, and I realized I'm not going to stack under Catherine. She's not doing the active business. She has Nancy under her who is. So the next person, Nancy signed up Nanette. She has several other people signed up that are not going to do the business right now. She'll probably get Courtney. Courtney will probably hop on next to do the business. But right now, Catherine has 1 business leg. Nancy has 1 business leg. Nanette when we had people at Global Winter Wonderland, when I had people sign up, I put them under Nanette. I need Nanette to get started because Nanette growing is going to grow Nancy, is going to grow Catherine, is going to grow Michelle. The people at Global Winter Wonderland, I wouldn't have put them on my level 1. I wasn't going to, I guess I could have put them under Becca or Jenny, but I wanted, Nanette was working with me. Nancy, Nanette, we all did that event together. This is the leg I wanted to stack that event with. So they're all under Nanette, and now hopefully one of them turns into Nanette's business person. When that does, everybody needs at least 2 to rank up to silver. But when people do sign up, if I'm going to stack under anybody under Nancy again, it will be Nanette, not the second leg. You want to let the people below you work for their rank. You don't want to just be handing it to them. So you don't want to fully stack somebody's 2 legs because then they don't learn to run the business and they don't do it on their own. Michelle's doing it. Michelle's signing people up, and Michelle and I had a long talk about her stacking people. So Michelle has stacked people under Kathy. Doesn't make sense for Michelle to stack under Nancy's leg because Nancy and I are doing that already. It made sense for her to stack under Kathy. And even Michelle, she's now, her daughter just joined and has her own leg, but isn't doing the business yet. So when we go to Becca, Becca has several friends that are under her. They're getting ready to really start promoting. When I stacked under Becca, I stacked under Allie because Allie's actively doing the business. So when I did have people sign up and put them under Becca, I'm putting them under Allie. And then you'll see this way, Becca can work on Adriana and on Robin, get those 2 legs going and help Allie grow. And I'm always stacking down on one side for these legs. Jenny, we got really, really lucky when Jamie signed up because Jamie's going to be our rock star. So Jamie's going to run her own leg. All Jenny will have to do is help Amanda grow hers.
Can I interrupt you, Carol?
Yes.
I just want to make sure that all of your people know how to stack. When they get that new sign up, do they know how to place the people?
Yeah, let's go over it. You can do it right at the point. What you're doing when you're stacking is changing the enrollee's sponsor. So you are always going to be the person you enroll's enroller. You're always going to be that. That doesn't change. When you stack somebody, you're changing their sponsor. So if I stacked, I make 8% off of the first level, right? Then it goes to 5%. Then it goes to 4%. Then does it stay? It goes 3 and 2?
It stays
at 4
for a bit, yeah.
Okay. So I make 4% from Nanette. Okay. And it's something you have to evaluate. Are you in this for the dollars, or are you in this to create a business that's going to provide you dollars every month because you've grown it right? So when I had people sign up under me, I could have kept them at my level 1 and made 8% whenever they bought something, but it made more sense for me to put them under Nanette and take the 4% every month on what they buy, but help this leg grow to 4,000. That's what I was focusing on, was where I want to be next year, where I want to be in 5 years. So you really have to think of when you're stacking people, you kind of want to do it, I would say at least plan for 3 legs, at least. And you kind of want them to grow at a pretty steady rate because the people that I have met that have been doing this for a decade, 5, 6, 8 years, that are not advancing past silver is because they grew their 2 legs. And all the advice they gave me was stack to 3 or grow 3 or 4 legs to start, even if it takes you long to be silver. Because if you think about it, I've got about 3,000 on Michelle, 2.5 on Becca, and I think Jenny's at about 1,000. Okay. And she's got Jamie now that's going to grow. And Amanda's very interested in the business too. So when I make silver and these 2 legs are 4,000, this leg will be at around 3,000. Then they have to go to 6. It's way easier to get them to grow that extra 2,000 across the board to get me there than it would be for me to start a brand new leg and wait for new enrollments that I'm enrolling, because I can't ask these people to stack under Jenny. They're growing their own legs. So when you're growing this business, your additional legs, you're having to enroll those people. So how much time do you want to spend focused only on that leg enrolling? It's not easy to do. And it becomes very frustrating when you're searching for a business builder. And we've been lucky because we haven't had to really search for one. I mean, Nanette and I have talked about Myra. Myra is just a natural, and I really think she's going to be the one. But, you know, with Michelle, Kathy was just our lucky, you know what, Kathy should be doing this. Kathy was already doing the business without even realizing it. And now she's got Brandy, who enrolled and the other day started asking about the business without even any of us saying anything to her. Jamie's great she did Scentsy for many years, and she's got a huge network of friends. So when somebody like that lands in your lap, place them strategically. The way you actually do it, you can, if you already know where somebody's going to be, you can do it right when they sign up and put yourself down as enroller and the person that you're putting them under, that you're stacking them under as sponsor. Or you can just sign them up regular with your distributor number as sponsor and enroller. And then when you go home, you go on live chat within 5 days and you tell them, you know, I just signed up Brandy Patton and I want to put her under Kathy Lesh, and I give them the 2 numbers and they make that change for me. Change a sponsor. You can't change your enroller. So if it gets after the 5 days and you think, now the key here is they can't enroll anybody below them. When you move somebody to a different sponsor, they lose their downline. So you really want to do this before they enroll somebody. The only time I've done it right when I enrolled someone is when they were enrolling someone immediately after that to get the $50, right? Because when you enroll somebody, the next month you're going to get $50. Well, if you do a party at somebody's house, I always tell them, you sign up and then your sister can sign up under you and you'll get $50 off your kit because you get a check next month. So when you're doing that, you're going to want to do it on the spot when you sign them up, that you're the enroller, but the other person's the sponsor. That's a small technicality. Most of mine I've done within 5 days. I send them a note, they change the sponsor, and it's finished. If it's after 5 days but before 20, you can just send an email to Young Living and say, I enrolled this person, I want to put them under this person as sponsor, and it takes them less than a week. They turn it around right away. If it gets to be past that, you can still get people to switch. You have to get 3 upline approvals. So if Kathy wanted to move Brandy under Patty, for example, she would have to get Michelle's approval, my approval, and Stephanie's approval above me to do that. It can be done. I have moved people. I have a friend who signed up in Virginia that I moved because they went to the same high school. She had not enrolled anybody. I moved her under my friend up in Palmdale. So I did it to keep them together, looking at the long term. I want these 2 Spanish girls together. I want to start my Spanish contingent. They both travel there in the summers. In 10 years, I'll have a leg there. I'm building it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so does that make sense? This is all totally overwhelming until you really think it through. But what I really want to get across to you guys is you need to be thinking of what you want your team to look like in 5 years. You don't want to have 2 people below you and everybody else below them, right? Because then you're limiting yourself to silver. And that may be what you want to do, but you shouldn't want to limit yourself to that. You also don't want to have all of your friends right below you so that you can hang out. That doesn't make any sense. If you enroll people, you're their enroller forever. You're still the person that talks to them. Start thinking strategically about your friends, though. They may be your friends, but you might not want to keep them as your level 1. They may not be the person that is going to do the business. They may not be somebody that, it just may be somebody that would benefit somebody else more, get along better in somebody else's downline. Even though you're the one communicating with them and sharing with them and teaching them, they can be anywhere in your business structure that you want them that's going to make more money for you. And then what you want to do is, no matter what level they're at, like, Nanette is my level 5. No matter what level you're at, and I didn't sign Nanette up, so I'm not even her enroller, but I want to help her succeed. You have to think of this in terms of your business. I want Nanette to be a silver because I want Nancy to be a gold, because I want Catherine to rank up. Catherine's going to pick up the business. I want Michelle to be a platinum. I need Nanette to be a silver. So why wouldn't I train her when she wants to learn? Why wouldn't I offer my help to her? So what you want to focus, and there are some people, and they're in our upline, guys. I'm talking about the people that I met that were right below Jessica Petty and are still a silver. And they're great. They're really helping out the people they enrolled, and they're really helping out their level 1s, and they make a lot of money probably because they have a lot of money coming from us alone. But they've never looked below that to their level 5, 6, and 7s. So why do you think they're still silvers after 8 years? It's because they never thought about all the way down through their business line. You have to build with your 5. I think of it in terms of a 5-year plan. Think with your 5-year plans, where are you going to want this to be? I'm going to want Katie and Becca to be at least silvers in 5 years, at least silvers, possibly golds. Becca's totally set up for gold. She's got 3, probably more in her downline that could do the business. Jenny is set up for gold. She's got 3 lines or 2 lines now, but she can easily, the minute Jenny gets her blog going and stuff, she's going to be enrolling a bunch of people. So I just wanted you to see what the thought process is when you do build your downline. Maura is a nurse. She uses the oils, and she's really a wonderful lady. She's very personable. She immediately brought her friend to the rally, or was it her sister?
Her sister.
So, and the fact that she has a sister, there you go. There's your second one right there. She's going to do the business too. I immediately think of, what can Young Living do for this person? So I immediately thought of that for my own children. And then as people enroll, like when Jamie signed up, I was like, of course Katie's going to do it. She doesn't know it now. She has to see first how successful Jamie is at it, how much the company has to offer Jamie, how much better it is than her gig right now, and then she'll come on board. And even though you can't really count on that as a sure thing, it is a bit of a gamble. You kind of have to do it. You kind of have to have that wish that you're putting out into the universe. This is how I want it to work. Nancy has known forever that Courtney would do this business. Ever since she signed up. It was like, Courtney's going to do this business. Courtney's just now coming around to, hey, maybe this could be something for me to do.
I have a quick question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Can you speak about what are the benefits to stay as an enroller when you stack the person? Because I'm thinking that when I enroll Courtney's sister, I want to have Haley have Courtney be both, so that Courtney gets the money.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, you could do that. Totally. You can totally do that. Yeah. Yeah, and I've done that for people too. Just you enroll them. But then they're not set up as the business yet. So that will work out fine, because they won't change themselves. You want to make sure, and in that situation, they're sisters. Why would you say no? They're family.
Right.
But you don't want to do that with just give somebody a way that can then be stacked somewhere else. You know what I mean? I mean, Courtney wouldn't do that because she doesn't know right now how, doesn't know what the benefit would be. But if you're wanting to, for the person that I signed up at the party, I made the person signing her up the enroller, but then I put her where I wanted to in my downline. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that was the change. I didn't enroll her as mine and then made the other person the sponsor. I had the girl sign up her friend, and then I put her friend under the sponsor that I wanted.
Okay.
And that way nobody has to do anything later. Because once you enroll somebody, I can't go in and change somebody you enrolled.
Okay.
Right? So if I was putting Amanda as the enroller and I still wanted to put the girl where I wanted her, I gave her that sponsor number.
Okay.
Also no consequence to them because they're not even looking at it financially or as a business yet.
Okay. That's good.
Any questions? This stuff is, I'm going to put the attachment again for the videos that you can look at the comp plan. That's the financial parts. And they do go over some aspects of stacking, but you girls are right. You have your enrollees now, and you're going to start getting more because you've been sharing, and this is when things start rolling. After you've been sharing and a couple people sign up, you get more people signing up. Every sign up you get, you should, I'm going to put these charts on there. They'll be blank, and you can pick the one you want. If I were you guys, I'd start with the silver with 2. Start with that automatically. You could get your executive one. You could do the executive. Just go straight to silver. Plan on silver, and we'll go from there. I'll put them in the attachments so that you can print yourself up one. Pencil in who you have now, who you want to build under. And then I would just make a list of who you think that could do this business and who you think for those people could do those business. Like Nancy knew Nanette and Courtney were going to do this. They just didn't know it at the time. I knew Becca and Katie and Jenny were going to do it. Katie still doesn't know it, but Becca and Jenny are totally on board now. When Jamie signed up, I knew her sister Katie's going to do it. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. So when you sign somebody up, start thinking ahead. What do they bring to the table? First of all, where am I going to put them? Okay, because you all have now 3 or 4 under you. I wouldn't go any more on your level 1, even if you get somebody that is going to do the business. Your long lost relative pops out of the woodwork and says, I want to make $1 million with you this year. Whatever. Stack them under somebody doing the business, help that grow. But keep in mind, only stack one side. Don't hand somebody the whole shebang and stack their 2 lines. Instead of doing that, stack one of your other lines, one of your other legs. So the reason I won't stack Nancy's 2 or 3 legs is because I need to be building my other legs. I want Nancy to grow. I want Nanette to grow. So one side, you're stacking one side for everybody in your leg. And that way it gives your leaders the opportunity to grow their leg. Michelle did with Kathy. And it gives you the safety net. If anybody in that leg should disappear, you have this one side bumping up that's already been stacked. Does that make sense? Because if you're building equally under one person and you're building their 2 legs and that one person disappears, everything bumps up to you. You don't want that. So stack heavy on one side. Make sure you're stacking pretty evenly, at least 3 legs, possibly 4. And worst case scenario, if anybody in your downline, in your team that you've built decides to back out, there's less damage if you have one strong leg under them already. And that's what would bump up to you, or that's what would bump up to Michelle or to Catherine. That one strong leg would be started and you're only having to deal with one other one. Any questions?
So you're going to put the charts in the ranking up?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to put the charts on there. I'm going to make myself a note.
And then also the, my other question was,
I'm going to put the link to the comp videos.
okay. So you did explain how we stack people, the 2 ways to do it within 5 days, and then after 5 days, and then after that is 3. Okay.
The 3 upline approvals. That takes about a week to 10 days.
Okay.
For them to approve.
And what was the Wendy McCure's page that you had mentioned for the rank charts?
I think she had that on the Oil Geeks.
Okay.
Oil Geek chat.
Yeah.
And Jessica Petty has a group called RCB something, Royal Crown Bound something.
Right.
And she just put an article last week about splinters and blocks.
Okay.
And this is gonna, once we get our big downlines, and this affects the payments, which honestly, I'm not even looking at. I know I should be looking at that. It's one of those things. But you get paid for all the silvers below you, right? And if I don't even understand all the intricacies of it, I need to watch those videos more about the generation bonuses. But right now, let's say Michelle decided, you know what, I'm not going to grow this team anymore. I've got Catherine, I've got Kathy, I've got Bobby. They're all doing their business. They're growing it for me. I can collect 8% on it, 5% on the ones below them. I'm just going to spend my 100 and collect my commission. You will find people that do that all the way down, that are just going to spend their, and all the way up. The person that signed up, Lindsay Moreno, who is making what, 150,000 a month, Stephanie?
At least.
At least. That person only has to spend $100 a month to get all the residual income that Lindsay Moreno generates. It's not fair, but it is what it is. So those are the blocks, is what she was calling them. I'm not too worried about it right now, but the splinters I worry about, because if Michelle decided to walk right now and not even do the 100, just drop out and say, you know what, I'm done with this. This was dumb. I should have never done it. I will have Catherine's leg under her that bumps up. Kathy's building a good leg now. I'm only building 4 legs. This will be a good leg for me. So you want to make sure that they have at least 1 or 2 good legs below them. So anybody that disappears, and even if, you know, if Catherine decided to go, if Nancy decided to go, I'll have Nanette's leg that's pretty strong. So she can keep building and I'll help her rebuild. So that's the way, that's the point I wanted to get across, is when you are stacking, you're stacking to get your dollars in the right legs. That's the overall theme. But you have to be smarter than that. So like with Becca, when I had somebody to stack and it was Becca's turn for me to put somebody under her, I asked her, who's doing the business under you? Who are we going to start stacking? And we talked about it, and we went with Allie. Now, Allie had signed up her mom, who doesn't want to do the business right now, but it's mother and daughter, and they're very close. So I was like, no, she'll do it. She'll do her business. So we actually put somebody under Allie's mom, who I barely know. But because Becca knew Allie was going to do the business, and Allie's mom had signed up under her, we're building Allie a leg. So we put the person under Allie's mom. And now that side of Allie, of Becca's leg, is being built. Adriana, when Adriana is ready to do the business and we start stacking, we'll get her stacked on one side too. Because if any of those people need to leave or decide to leave, they bump back up to Becca and bump back up to me. But you want to get people, you want them lopsided. You want to do one leg and have the person that they're under do the other legs. And that way everybody's vested in success.
Okay.
Okay. Nanette, is it crazy?
No, I mean, I've heard enough of it over all these events and stuff that I'm starting to understand it. And now that I do have people underneath me, it's now I'm starting to think about how I want to stack, and I'm hoping in the next few months to get a few more people on board. That'd be great, even more. So, I mean, it's just figuring out who to stack under who, but all of this information is really good insight for me.
Well, and the thing with you too, because the people we have signed up, you've got some great people under you. Mm-hmm. So if you were to sign up somebody tomorrow that says, you know what, I want to do it, I want to do this business with you, we're going to grow together, we could do the 3 upline approvals for the people we've already signed up and move them. They don't have anybody below them. It costs $25, I think. 25, Stephanie, or 35?
35.
35, okay. So, but I would willingly pay that to build a leg. I would pay $35 to move somebody. And I have done it. You just approach them and you just say, you know what, I'm planning my business, and is it okay if we move you underneath whoever? She's going to be a great sponsor for you. I'm really excited about it. And people don't have a problem moving. They'll still know you're their contact. So really quick, I do want to tell you guys the class this week is the parenting class. So if you have people with children, babies, young kids, teenagers, make sure that you remind them to come to this class. I put on our convention page, our convention group, what my schedule is going to be that week. And I want us to all use that. Kathy, I'm still looking at you even though you're in the dark. I want you to go. I want Stephanie to go, but she's working that week. But I want you to go.
I'll go next year.
Okay. Next
I
year.
can't go. I can't go this year.
Okay. But so we have a group started where we're just putting our witchy gypsy notes. We're going to get a house. I'm driving out Sunday, staying in Vegas, and I'll be at the house from Monday to Sunday. I thought about it logistically. I wanted to stop in Vegas on the way back, but we'll have a car full of stuff, and our suitcases were on top last year because we had so much stuff we got at convention that we're not going to want to stop in Vegas overnight and empty the whole car. So we're going to make the whole drive back, just that it takes like 13 hours instead of 11 because Vegas on a Sunday afternoon, Vegas to San Diego is horrible. But it's okay. We'll be prepared. And the schedule for the events, the convention agenda is already under the event on the Young Living page if you guys want to look at it. They don't have the workshop schedule out yet.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know that you had mentioned that you were going to, instead of waiting in line and getting all your products that at the convention, that you were just going to order them and have them sent to your house. Is that still available?
Yeah, it'll be available. You can, like last year they had and that was the bad thing because when they announced the products everybody wanted, we only had like 2 days left. So that kind of sucked, but the bug spray, they can't ship to California. I don't imagine they'll have too many products like that, but we had to wait in line to get that.
Okay.
But yes, they do. It's very convenient for you to have it shipped. And then when the workshops come out, I would alternate, do a workshop, take a break, do a workshop, take a break, just because of the crowds involved. And inevitably, it's like an airport. You're having to go from a class on one end to the class on the other. Like you land at one gate, have to run for your next connection. It's that kind of thing. You don't know what classes they'll be in. I'm really envisioning that they are going to broadcast the sessions this year, but I don't know. Last year they did them on Periscope and it was horrible to watch. It was the grainiest thing ever. It was just annoying and hurt your eyes. So hopefully they'll do better this year. I'm not going to try and hit every single workshop available because it was very rushed and I didn't feel like I really enjoyed the running around and the hurrying to find a seat, and then you're 10 minutes before it's over you're planning how you're going to get to your next place. I'd rather have the breaks in between and really enjoy myself when I'm there and hit the workshops that I really, really want to see. There was a lot of redundancies, a lot of people telling you, 5 steps to silver, 5 ways you can get to silver. A lot of them are duplicate. So really, once we get, and we'll get the breakout of workshops, they will add to that. They add to it all the way up until the event because people end up wanting more and more and more. But we'll get a rough idea of what to expect, and we'll be able to pick out what we really want to see and prioritize it. We don't all have to go to the same sessions. We can all pick our own and go, do our own thing. I know Jessica Petty last year did a dinner for her downline for the Diamond Droppers on the Tuesday night. And I asked her if she's doing it this year, and she said that Melissa Kohler is doing it. So there will be a dinner there for our downline, either on the Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know when. There is a silver, gold, and platinum party. I don't know if that would cost extra, if anybody's silver by then. And the gala is really nice, and it looked like so much fun, but I think it was like $100 for the ticket. And I'd rather buy my ninja with that this year. Maybe when I'm marching on stage as a Crown Diamond, I'll want to go to that. But it looked really, really fun. And that was it. That's all I have. Nancy's event. Nancy's doing a party at her house this Friday, a class for the mineral makeups. And you guys, we made these cute little cards a couple weeks ago. They're not cute at all, actually. They're okay, but they're samples of the foundation. But she will actually have the makeup there. And then on the 4th, make sure you're inviting 2 to 3 people that you know will come on the 4th to try this makeup on. I have, you guys remember Marianne from class gave me a Bare Minerals mineral powder. I'm going to have that for the classes so that people can see the difference, because ours just doesn't go on as clumpy as that. And I want people to be able to see that. But make sure you're inviting 2 to 3 people to the event on the 4th. And we will probably be doing that every 6 weeks, be doing something to where, you know, make and take or something fun like that for people to come to, and something different than just a class.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, that was nice and short. Under the hour. We're getting better at this.
Good job.
Okay. Stephanie, protect your eyeballs.
I'm going to. I'm walking up to the practice right now. I got to go see what's going on with the RSV. Doesn't look good.
Okay. And who's going to class Thursday?
I am.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go. And then can I get one of those comp books that you talked
Yes.
about? Okay.
Yes. I will get you those.
Carol,
Okay.
I need a comp book too.
Okay. I will bring them to class. The book or the flyer, or both?
Both.
Both.
Both. Okay. Okay.
I'm going to say bye, guys, because I got to go see what's going on with the RSV.
Okay,
You guys
we're
take
going to.
care. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye,
All right.
Stephanie.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
There we
Bye.
go. End meeting.